Hi, welcome to Moonbeam Connections. I'm Jacqui-Leigh. Today on Into the Shadows, we are going to be pulling a tarot card. I actually got new tarot cards. They are for shadow work, and so I thought what we'd do, instead of me coming into the session with a topic, I would just pull one shadow work oracle card, and we would start from there and see what Spirit has for us today. So let's see what Spirit would like us to look at today. Ooh, that came out quickly. Not everyone will understand you. Okay, so definitely, we know this, right? Not everybody will understand your perspective. Not everybody will understand where you come from. Everybody comes from different places, different backgrounds, cultural backgrounds, different languages. You'd be surprised at what language you grew up in affects your perception of things, or because some languages have more words, less words. Some languages don't have a word for what other languages have. So not everyone will always understand your perspective and where you're coming from. And it talks about on this card about isolation, authenticity, and trusting yourself. So not everybody understanding you could definitely lead to some isolation, but you are standing in your authenticity and you're trusting yourself. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people have issues with, is actually being able to trust themselves and not sort of go with everybody else, right? If people don't understand you and you're like, oh, well, nobody else can understand my perspective, or why I want to do this, or why I want to live this way, or what I am doing, then is it really right? And I think what this card is saying, that not everyone is going to understand you, and that's okay. And if it ends up making you a little bit isolated from certain people, that's okay. You know, you got to trust in who you are, trust in your own authenticity and where you're going. So we're going to pull some tarot cards and see what tarot has for you today. So can we please pull some tarot cards to further understand this shadow work that we're working on today? So I would say you need to work on not worrying about what other people think, what other people say. Stand in your own authenticity. And let's see, can we get a further clarifying card, please? Can we get one card to clarify, please? Oh, and there we go. Flying across. Woo! 10 of Cups. Well, that's very interesting. So 10 of Cups is all about sort of reaching the pinnacle of happy family, right? Happy home, happy family, happy wife, happy children. Can be other relational cups, usually represent feelings, relationships, and here this is a 10 of Cups. So we've gone all the way through the 1 to 9s, and we've reached the 10 of Cups, and we've got our children playing, and we're in a happy, loving relationship. This is about like harmony, being fulfilled, having a happy family life. So not everyone will understand you, but that's okay, because this is about your harmony, your fulfillment, your family life. This isn't about everybody understanding what makes you happy. You can even look at it in terms of heterosexual versus homosexual relationships, right? Someone who is in a heterosexual, not I shouldn't say just in a, someone who is attracted to the opposite sex may not understand how someone could be attracted to the same sex, but that doesn't matter. Just because you can't understand, love is love, right? And you need to live in your authenticity, in yourself. So not everybody might understand why I just want to live in a small little cabin in the middle of nowhere, right? Because they want to be in the middle of a city, a busy life. That's what they're looking for. They want to be able to go to shows and restaurants. Well, that's what they want, right? That might not be you. You might like calm, serene, no traffic, listening to the birds every morning, just relaxing. I only want to work 40, I only want to work 30 hours a week. So I'm going to downsize my life, because then I would rather work 30 hours a week and then have more time just to enjoy life. Other people, they are workaholics. They want to work 60, 80 hours a week. They cannot handle not doing work. And so that's what they want. And you look at this perspective of, I want to have a relaxing life and only work 30 hours a week. Can't see that perspective. So I think this is about, it doesn't matter if not everybody will understand. That's okay. You need to live in your authenticity so that you can live in your 10 of cups, so that you can live your true authentic self, so you can live in fulfillment, and peace and happiness and love, right? That's what we're looking for. So you don't want to live someone else's life or what someone else expects for you, right? There's people who, oh, you should, don't worry, we don't do the arts, right? That's, we are doctors and scientists and lawyers, and we do these concrete things, teachers, because that's what's going to make you money. Well, somebody else, they might not be happy within that realm. They would much rather be happy. They would be much happier living an artistic type of life where maybe they're a painter or some kind of content creator, that sort of thing. They want to live a different sort of lifestyle, and neither one is right and neither one is wrong. It's all about just living the life you want without worrying about what other people say and how other people believe your life should go. So let's see what your obstacle is to living. Burdens. So we're at the 10s again. So this is about having heavy burdens, right? Like, look, he's weighed down. He's got all these things and he's trying to go. It's about having a lot of responsibility. It's about having a lot of stress in your life. So this right now is your obstacle. Now, these burdens could be different things. So one person's burden could be that my family is against my lifestyle. My family doesn't like me living in a small house. They want me to live in a big house. My family doesn't like that I'm homosexual. They want me to be heterosexual, whatever it is. So everybody has their own burdens. It could even be financial. I want to be an artist and just paint, but I don't have a job or anything that pays me enough. So therefore, I have to go out and do a different job in order to pay my bills, to afford the house I live in, that sort of thing. So right now, there are burdens or responsibilities that you have. It could even be something like children, right? That's a responsibility that you have. Well, you might be, I want to live in the middle of nowhere where there's nothing around me, but you're like, but I have these children right now, and it's best for them to be closer to a school, to be close to their friends, even to make it convenient for you because you're driving them to friends and swimming lessons and skating lessons and all these different things. So right now you may be feeling the responsibility of having to live a certain lifestyle because of your children. But later on, you would like to get to your 10 of cups where you're living actually the lifestyle that you want to live. You need to think of it as a nomad lifestyle. If you're somebody who I just want to get into a sleeper van and I just want to travel all over North America. I'm just going to drive here and drive there and wherever I feel like it, that's what I'm going to do. But that's what I want. However, right now I have this responsibility with children and I don't think it's fair to them to live a nomadic lifestyle. So you'll have to decide for yourself what burdens that you are currently holding on to, or the responsibilities that you have that are preventing you from moving forward into your 10 of cups lifestyle. And is this a time thing? Well, my children are going to be 18 in 8 years. And so I realize that I just have to be here for now and later on I will move on. Or is it, I bought a house that's too big, I bought a car that's too expensive, I have too much stuff, and what I need to do is just sell everything, simplify my life, downsize my life, move to a smaller home, and then I will be able to get to the 10 of cups. So you need to decide for yourself, what can you mitigate these burdens right now? Can you make changes in your life? Or maybe it is just time. Maybe you are in a phase of your life right now where you can't quite have the lifestyle you want, but you'll eventually get there. Let's take one card for advice, please. Ooh, cards are coming out nicely and cleanly today. Woo! So your advice is the reversed Four of Swords. So that's about being burnt out, being restless, having delays, that exhaustion, or even just deeply contemplating stuff. So I think what this means is your advice for right now is that where you're sitting, you may be burnt out, or you might feel restless, or like there's all these delays. But I think you just need to flow through them, right? Like understand that there is delays, understand that you feel restless because you want to get to the next thing, but enjoy the present moment, enjoy where you are right now, and start taking those steps. We're going to get another card for advice, another card to help clarify our advice here. Can we get one more card, please, to clarify advice? And there we go. Ooh, we're clarifying it with 2. So we got the Page of Swords. This is about curiosity, intelligence, being vigilant, new ideas coming to you, being curious about things, having this thirst for knowledge. Sort of your sort of pages are kind of at the beginning. You've made it through 1 to 10. You've gotten some life experience. You're not naive. However, it's a new step, a new journey. So right now you may just be gathering information, or you may have come up with a new idea of how you want to rearrange your life moving forward so that you can make it to the 10 of Cups. And then we have the reverse Knight of Wands. And the reverse Knight of Wands is about recklessness, or being a little bit scattered, or having frustrations, anger. It can also be about passion projects. And so with all these cards put together, what I would say that this is saying is that right now you may be feeling burnt out and exhausted because you're carrying this 10 of Wands and you want to get here, but nobody understands what's going on or what you want or why you want it. But I think the idea is right now you are in this exhaustion, this burnt out. Take your time, relax, delay things. Things don't have to move forward, right? We talked about it. If you've got kids and you need to stay in this location for the next 8 years because that's what's best for your kids, there is a delay. But realize, start planning, start gathering information, start gathering intelligence, start learning about what you need to then go here. So right now, if you're in a spot of delay and you can't move forward, you start gathering information, you start working out, you start figuring out what do I need so that when I'm in a position to make those changes, I can make those changes. And then just calm those frustrations and start looking for your passion within things, right? This can be your passion project that I am going in 5 years, I am going to move and I will be here. That's fine. Start that now. Start gathering your information. Start maybe scouting out locations of where you want to move. Start understanding the neighborhoods of where you want to move. Start understanding, different aspects of what you want to do in order to get there. And so I think right now this is all about, you're in this place, you don't particularly like where you place. Not everybody's going to understand about where you're headed to, but where you're headed to is going to make you happy. Right now you have a lot of responsibilities, you have a lot of burdens, you have a lot of stress, but you need to just work on that, work on the gathering intel, creating a structure around your idea, getting your idea, your plan, your ideas out there or down, down on paper. Have a thing. It's very nice to say, oh, I'm going to just move out into the country and live in the middle of nowhere. Okay, that's great, and you can go do that, but you will still need money in order to live day to day, to buy food day to day, to do those sorts of things. So if I'm going to move 500 kilometers away, I probably can't keep my job that's over here. So how am I going to bridge that? What work am I going to do over here? And maybe that's learning new skills and new skills, new areas, so that you can work from home. I have a job right now where I have to be in the office, or I have to be here. It's a public job, so it's public facing. So I need to be where the public is. So if I move way over here, 500 kilometers away, I am going to have to find a different job that isn't so public facing, because there's no public over here. So I'm going to need to retrain. I'm going to need to hold off, have some delays, retrain, find out what my passion is and move forward in that, so that when I'm ready to pull the trigger, I can get to where I'm going. And I think you just need to keep stuff for yourself. Isolation. Nothing says you have to tell everybody about what your plans are and get their opinion on it. You know what your plans are. You know what your opinion is. It really doesn't matter what other people's opinion is, because this is your life and what you want. And nobody else's opinions matter, because they have their life that they can choose what they want to do. If they think that's a great idea, they can go do it. That might be a great idea for them. Doesn't mean it's a great idea for you. Well, I hope this message helped today. I really appreciate you being here. I'm sending you peace, love, and happiness. Bye for now.